The G7 meeting in Canada on June 8th and June 9th, 2018 played out on 3 different levels. First, it's all about the attendees and their very specific role. Secondly, it's about free and fair trade. And thirdly, and that is very important, it's about barriers. Yeah, most of the time the media was kept at quite a distance, so the basis for the narratives which were spun immediately were pretty much based on pictures and images like this one. For sure, there is one bad guy. Secondly, there is Merkel with her well-known ROM, which is tightly pressed because she does not know where to go with her hands. And thirdly, there's Trudeau, the host, who was nailed down later on after a press conference. When the media frenzy unfolded, Trump made it very clear: no tariffs, no barriers. Hard barriers can be identified and been taken down. It's much more difficult with soft barriers. Soft barriers take place in Germany. They are hard to identify and they can be highly appalling. Every German household, every German enterprise has to pay for the public broadcast, independently whether there are devices to receive or whether the program is really being used. The same is true from visitors coming from abroad, not just from the G7, but from all over the place. When they book a hotel, they have to pay for the broadcasting service, and particularly bad and poor. If people want to do business here, if they want to invest, they have to pay not just for the broadcast, but for the program, for the Inhibits. The broadcast levy differs from a tax in the sense that an advantage has to accrue to the person who pays the levy. And the person who pays the levy is not in a position, has no say whether this advantage, whether this benefit has really been accrued. That has been taken care of by the prime ministers of the 16 states in Germany. In one case, the ZDF incited Prime Minister Erdogan in such an abusive way that 2 instances of courts forbade the limerick, which was presented by Mr. Böhmermann. But people who do business in Germany have to pay not just for the program, not just for the broadcasting service, but also to cover the legal expenses for this case. The Germans have to take responsibility for everything they do in their lives. They are accountable for what they do on the job and what they do when they drive a car. They can raise children, they can take investment decisions, but they cannot decide whether the program of the public services is of a benefit. In Germany, business leaders from the G7 and from all over the place are incapacitated to take a decision about whether they have a benefit from the Inhibits or not. That has been decided for them. One of the harsh consequences is that private investments are falling continuously, particularly foreign direct investments are going down. 2016 has been the worst year since the financial crisis. And 30% of the German populace, pretty much the well-educated, are ready to leave the country. Trump talks about tariffs and barriers. Merkel talks about values, as if she were the holder of the holy shrine. Every year, there are millions and millions of measurements and procedures against households and enterprises, German ones and those from abroad. Maybe it's true that Germany is on the verge again to become a totalitarian state. To the leaders of the free world, tear down the barriers. More about the German public broadcast can be found on zwangsbeitrag.de.